you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm working on another Project Life Process spread. This one is from 2022 and it's week 1. So it feels really good to be on track. So for this week, I've decided that it's actually a little bit challenging to work without a kit. So I have been working with a kit for so long that it often feels like a challenge to jump back into my stash. But I've decided that that's exactly what I need to do, is start using my stash, or I need to start getting rid of it and donating it, because lately I have really been trying to go through my studio and I've got a lot of products. Like I have some Elsie Flanagan products still from like, I don't know, 2008 or something like that. So I still have all of these products that I'm not using, and I've looked at them and I've decided that I'm not probably going to use them. And so I've started putting them into a donation pile. I'm not sure how to do this. I don't really know a lot of scrapbookers in my area, but if you're ever interested in maybe getting a bundle of some cards or some stash or some really old products, or even some rub-ons, like I have some rub-ons too, please let me know, because I literally have like 2 big boxes. Well, not big, medium-sized boxes that I'm filling up, and I'm going to continue to fill them up as I go. So with that said, let's jump into this week. And I just want to first say thank you so much for your patience with my channel. I know that I have not really been around a lot. I know that I had all these intentions of finishing my December daily on this channel, and just because of my computer issues, it's just really been a struggle for me to want to get on my computer and deal with this. So I've done a lot of work trying to delete files, trying to allow myself some space, but I'm actually still experiencing some slowdown when it comes to editing these videos. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I need more RAM or what, but previously I've had no problems editing video with what I've had. So I'm still just trying to work through it, aside from actually buying a new machine, which I'd like not to do, but that may be something that I will have to maybe invest in the future. So we will see. But I appreciate your patience as I'm trying to figure this out. And I know that it is much more that people love getting the voiceovers on my videos. And I know that I definitely prefer that as well. I like to be able to talk through this and let you guys know, where I'm at with each of these layouts. So this is my long way of saying thank you, and I'm hoping that it will get better soon. So one of the things that you're going to see as I am working through this, so you've kind of watched me, put my photos down and add some cards, is I'm going to add cards and subtract cards continuously. Like this is a work in progress. As you can see, I've got this stash to the left of Studio Calico cards. There is an Ali Edwards card in there that's under that start card that I just moved. So I have a range of cards that I'm using, and primarily the supplies that I've used, you saw that I used the number 9. That card was actually about my little Lola puppy. She is 9 years old this week, and she's an old lady now, and we are just loving her up as long as she's here with us, because I know these bulldogs do not have long lifespans. But anyway, so my point in saying this is I've got a few supplies that I'm using, and I'm pulling from this January kit that I've put together. It's not really a kit. It's like cards and embellishments from past Stories by the Month kits from Ali Edwards that were January related. So a lot of the chipboard that you will see are coming from that, like the oval chipboard that says January routines, that's coming from there as well. So it's really nice to have that stash. And if you're wondering where I've got that plastic container, that is something that I talked about in one of my lives, and I will have that linked below, but you can see how I am organizing a lot of my embellishments, especially the ones that are coming from kits. So I will have that video linked below if you're interested in seeing how I'm doing that. So the card that I'm working on right now, this is actually a book that I read, or I guess I finished this week. And I thought it would be awesome to just do kind of a review. And so I remembered on one of Allie's story kits that she had, and I think it was the Read story kit, that she had these open stars. And unfortunately, there was only 4. And typically, like on Goodreads, which I do use, they have 5 stars. So I decided to do the 4 and then add 1 more. And then I will fill that in a little bit later to indicate how I liked the book. I didn't feel like I needed to write anything. I just added it as is. And I think that card that I used that said Read, I think that is an Allie Edwards card as well. So I am finished with that. And like I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of moving around of cards as I, figure out how I want this spread to look and how I want it to feel. So I'm definitely trying to pick some colors that are cohesive and then have some cards that I'm able to do some journaling. I don't know if you can see that journaling card that's got the pink rectangle. That one says this and that, which is interesting because it says the same thing on the backside, and I end up using the card on the backside as well for week 2. So I think that's kind of interesting as well. But it is really, really nice to dip into my stash and start using these cards because there's so many cards there that I love. And I have gone through this stash over the years, probably like 3 or 4 times, to pull out cards that I do not like or I don't think that I'm going to use. I haven't been awesome at organizing them in terms of color, or if it's more of a decorative card opposed to a journaling card. That is something I would like to do, but I may not get to that until I end up moving. All right, so I think this might be the last journaling that I'm going to do for this week. And because the card says this and that, I thought it would be nice to just pull out 3 things from the week that I haven't already kind of talked about. So one thing that I didn't mention is the card that I created using that mask that also came from an Allie Edwards stamp set that was all about COVID. It had a lot of COVID related stamps on it. And I just did an update of what was going on because there was another mask mandate in our town, in our county. I just thought it would be good to do another kind of update. And I think I've done a COVID update for almost every week because I feel like the first 3 weeks of this year so far have been kind of different in terms of like COVID is springing back up, right? So there's been a lot of COVID stuff. And then, like I said, jumping back to that this and that card, I used a stamp set from Allie Edwards to just do the 1, 2, 3. They're all very different in fonts, and I really like that as well. And then just highlighting 3 separate stories from the week. I also grabbed over some hearts. I believe that these are from Allie Edwards as well, and I don't know if they came in a kit or if I could purchase them separate. Sometimes she does have the separate items that you can purchase outside of the kit that are just for those people that subscribe. So it may have come in one of those as well. So I was just looking at how I could add a little bit more color and some dimension to this spread. I don't know if I end up doing that yellow heart on the video, the one that I was just thinking about doing. Oh yeah, I guess I did do that. I was like, I don't know if I did it or if I did it once I was done. But I did want to add 3 hearts to this week. So now I'm just kind of looking over everything, looking over the embellishments, trying to decide what I do want, what I don't want. I am basing it also on sentiment and color. Like I've got, the heart that was yellow. So I felt like I probably should add another yellow in there, which is why I have that Happy New Year oval, which again came from Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. And so also did that January routines. I really love those Stories by the Month kit that are based on month. I think that they're just so easy to use. And then one of the last things that I'm going to do is add the dates just to that start card. And I think that came in last year's January kit for Studio Calico, if I remember correctly. And then I'm just going to be adhering the chipboard down. And I think one of the last things that I do is I add some color to the stars. So I want to add, you know, the read card that I was talking about, that book. So I want to indicate, you know, how many stars I thought it was. And then I have one open space. So you can see that I have a blank white card, and that's because I'm going to put my word for the year yet. But I was thinking of doing it a different way. And then I actually come back after this is all done and record myself doing that. So you will definitely see that at the very end there in just a minute, after I'm looking through my Copics to decide what color would work really well with this week. And I end up with, I think it was maybe R30 or R20 or something like that. Could have been R22. I'm not really sure, but anyway, so here is where I'm hopping back on. I think it's more in the evening. You can see that the light has changed a little bit, but I am going to be doing the word open. And I was thinking about doing more of a mind map and having like different areas on this card where I was talking about like spiritual and mental or emotional and stuff like that and what I was going to do. But I changed my mind and I moved the word open up so it wasn't in the center. And then I just wrote a little bit of journaling there about what I'm kind of hoping for this year with the word open. So that is going to be it for this week. Thank you guys so much for being here, and of course your support with my channel. So hopefully I will be able to get more videos coming out as I continue to figure out the best way to work with my computer. But again, thank you so much for your patience. Like always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. And you guys, we will see you next time. Bye.